Welcome back, everyone, to another watch along. Sorry, I kind of skipped a week there. Just ran out of time, didn't get to watch it. But today we're talking about Lucha Underground episodes 4 and 5. So if you haven't gotten a chance to watch them yet, go check them out before we talk about it. Or if you just want to hear a recap of what happened from me, we can do that. So I'm just going to read along through my notes. Overall, they were great episodes. Just continuing on with the stuff I love, and a couple of new things. And one of them was right off the bat in episode 4. We saw some tension between Dario and Conan, which was something I didn't see coming, but I probably should have, because Puma is Conan's, guy. He's like the manager of Puma. And while Conan is trying to keep Puma kind of as a heel, but Puma's like, no, I have a good heart. Like, I want to help, and I want to help Johnny Mundo. Despite the fact that Conan's kind of pulling him to be a heel and he's wanting to be a face, the heel lackeys, Big Rick's lackeys, went and beat up Puma in episode 3. So it would make sense that Conan would be upset with Dario, but Dario's like, hey, those are Prince Puma guys. Those are Big Rick's guys. Those aren't my guys. And I'm like, okay, that adds another new dimension, because they had portrayed it as they were Dario's guys, but I guess they're only to a certain extent. Like Dario's they're in Dario's pockets, kind of. Which makes sense. But I love that they're having Conan and Dario kind of clash and butt heads and stuff. The first match was Mil Muertes with Katrina versus Drago. Mil Muertes is really, really becoming one of my favorites. He's just got a really good retro wrestler look. You know what I mean? He's just like that big, stocky built guy. And that's good to see in Lucha Underground, because so many of the guys are smaller. And then at one point, King Cuerno, which I don't know, I guess we had been introduced to him and I kind of forgotten about him, but King Cuerno comes out and he's all Randy Orton Viper style, watching from the rafters and stuff. And I liked that. It was a neat little touch. And the fact that he didn't get involved with the match, I thought that was a smart move. Have him stalk his prey, but not pounce until it's the right moment. And the right moment was after Mil Muertes won, with his finisher, which seems really weak. It's like is it End of Days? What is Baron Corbin's move? Where he does this, goes forward, and then he swings them back, and they land on their face, but he's falling back. It's that, except without the moving forward first. He just kind of picks them up and then falls. Not a good finisher for Mil Muertes. I like Mil Muertes, but he needs a new finisher. So after Mil Muertes wins, then King Cuerno comes in, and he's all Randy Orton Viper-like, crawling into the ring and moving around. He's kind of cool. I like him. And then he does some stuff to Drago. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah. He came in and attacked Drago. Then they had a Johnny Mundo video package, which I really liked. Johnny Mundo's, he's a good talker. I like him. Match 2 was Son of Havoc with Ivelisse versus Mascarita Sagrada, the midget. And Son of Havoc has the best heel booking ever. He fights women. He fights midgets. It's beautiful. It's so good and so funny. And he's really good at losing, but still looking strong. Okay, he's kind of a goofball in how he loses all the time, but he's still a guy who could really do some damage to you. So he's a good person to do that with. And obviously, the midget won. The Mascarita won. Match 3 was Sexy Star versus Chavo Guerrero. It was okay. I mean, it was all right. I did not like Sexy Star at one point does a low blow to the ref because she had a chair and she was going to go attack Chavo to get revenge because he hit her with a chair last week or the week before. Last week. And the ref is stopping her. So she puts down the chair and then gives the ref a low blow, picks up the chair and goes hit Chavo with it. I didn't like that. I would have rather her... Go away, fly. I would have rather her tricked the ref and skirted around him or distracted him or something. or handed him the chair and then like gone around him. I don't know. There's something better than having her attacking the ref. That was an odd choice. That was probably the first poor character choice I've seen them make. Match 4 was Prince Puma versus Big Rick. And it was a great match. Lots of really good spots. And it was a street match, like no holds barred, anything goes. And so of course, Cisco and the other guy, Rick's lackeys, they were helping out. Puma takes hits really well. He's very good being on the defensive. I really enjoy watching him. And I love the touch of, at one point, Cisco's outside of the ring throwing foreign objects into the ring for Rick to use. It was just a nice touch, like, here, bud, hit him with this. Here, bud, try this, you know. And then at one point, kendo stick comes into play, and Puma hits Big Rick, and Big Rick does the you've just angered the giant thing, turns around, grabs the stick, pulls it toward him, and as he pulls it toward him with Puma on the other end, he clotheslines Puma, and that was such a good spot. Fun spot. Obviously, stuff gets crazy. Puma ends up, getting a beat down. Johnny Mundo comes in for the save, and Johnny Mundo doesn't just come in for the save. He jumps from like the building roof into the ring, no help whatsoever, just lands and does a roll like in video games, doesn't phase him, and he goes to help, and then he goes to hit somebody with a chair, and I think Rick ducks out of the way, and Johnny Mundo hits Puma with a chair. Now, I don't have a problem with that. Those spots are always fun, and it looks really good. Like, sometimes those spots can look poorly timed, but this one was timed well. I did not like, though, that Puma started attacking Johnny Mundo. Like, no. Puma's character is smart enough to know that it was an accident and that he shouldn't be attacking Johnny Mundo. So now we've got them feuding, which is fine, but I'd rather them be friends. So there were two things in that episode. Gosh, it's always so hot when I get all the lights on. There were two points in that episode that had some character things with Sexy Star and Prince Puma that I didn't really like. Then we get to episode 5. First match was Son of Havoc versus... I forgot all about this until I just read it in the notes. Versus Pipanea Escarlata, the Carnival Queen. It's a dude in drag. He is super flamboyant. So now he's faced a woman, a midget, and a dude dressed up as a woman. And it was amazing. He was such a good wrestler, and it was hilarious. And it just cemented in, I'm gonna say concreted in, I guess that would technically work, but it cemented in the fact of what I said earlier, that Son of Havoc has the best heel booking ever. It's so good. And then Mascarita comes in to help because Ivelisse is kind of helping Son of Havoc. And so then you've got Mascarita, the little midget, chasing Ivelisse around the ring, and it was really fun. And then the Carnival Queen, Pipanella Escarlata, wins. Match 2 was Famous B versus Mil Muertes. You went into this one knowing it was going to be a squash match, and it was. It was a short match, as I expected. Fun. It's fun to see Mil Muertes eat people, so that's fine. Match 3 was King Cuerno, so we got to see him in action versus Drago. It was a good, solid match, but nothing super awesome and special. Then there was a Johnny Mundo promo where he was asking for his money, and he ends up diving into Rick, and it starts to fight Rick. It's really good. What does this say? Conan claiming Puma won't help Johnny. Rick attacks Johnny from behind, then Puma comes to help Johnny. And then Puma attacks him. Oh, maybe this is where Johnny Mundo, maybe this is where Puma attacks Johnny Mundo. I can't remember. Maybe this is where it happens. Anyways, it's a shame. Puma and Johnny Mundo should be friends. Oh yeah, this is where that chair shot happens. It wasn't in the last episode. I kind of got mixed up on that, but the idea is still the same. And then the final match was a tag match with Sexy Star and Phoenix, my favorite. Sexy Star and Phoenix versus Chavo and Pentagon Jr. Phoenix immediately, like right out of the gates, reminds me why he's my favorite. He's just explosive. He's so good. Like, I want him in WWE to help out the Cruiserweight division. Imagine him with Neville and TJ Perkins. Like, oh, it'd be so good. Get the three of them as heels. Oh, it'd be so good. Sexy Star getting the hot tag to come in and destroy Pentagon Jr. and Chavo was great. Phoenix was kind of getting beat up a good bit. Then finally, and I hate hot tags. I think they're overly dramatized in WWE. They did it well. It wasn't like this leaping gasp of, oh, and then they get the hand, the slap, whatever. No, this was a good hot tag. She comes in, beats up the guys. It was really good. Lots of great spots in that. Lots of great storytelling. I left it remembering why Phoenix is my favorite. So right now, my top 2 wrestlers in Lucha Underground after the first 5 episodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 4 and 5. Wait, episodes 1 and 2, episodes 3 and 4. No, these are episodes 5 and 6, I think. I think I wrote this down wrong. Oh my goodness, I'm so confused on what episodes we're watching. I'll have to look back on my Netflix and see. That's so funny. But anyways, Mil Muertes is number 2. And number 1 is Phoenix. They're so good. All right, so that'll do it for this week. Next week, we'll watch whatever's next. I'm going to look at I feel really dumb. I know I watched the right videos, but I think I wrote it down wrong in my notes. Or maybe I didn't watch the right videos. Good grief. It was late one night when I was watching. Because episode 1 was 1 and 2. This is just silly now. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Yeah, this should be 5 and 6. 5 and 6. I didn't watch the same episode twice. Right?